Later that night, the chaplain records his anguish on a video diary.
This place is just getting to me. I know that His grace is sufficient for me, but it's just to see that level of carnage, because they were terribly devastated, their bodies. I hate this place. If I never come back here, it'll be too soon.
Chaplain Popoff is struggling with physical and spiritual exhaustion. The next day, he turns to a visiting Pentagon chaplain for advice.
It's no secret that I'm not sleeping good.
How long has that been going on?
Since we had all those KIAs. I'll have a good night's sleep, and then I'll go into this sleep deprivation mode. Now, I love this battalion, and I don't really want to leave.
Actually, I would counsel you to stay.
Really?
Because it's just like marriage, you know? It's not like you've never had conflict in marriage.
Yeah, sure.
And sometimes through the conflict, you actually grow closer.
See these guys here? Hey, who's up there? Father God, I thank you that you are our source and our strength. I thank you for these soldiers, Lord, for the sacrifice that they are making for God and for country away from their family.
For a chaplain like Chuck Popoff, helping others may be the best way to help himself.
The arms of their loved ones.
For now, this strategy seems to be working.
In Christ's name I pray, amen.
The insurgency would fail without the support of the local population. So the Wolfhounds know that the key to winning the war is winning the trust of the people. In this climate of mistrust, Chaplain Chuck Popoff makes weekly visits to local villages to give out blankets and gifts as part of a Hearts and Minds campaign. Today's mission is particularly difficult as this village blames the Americans for a recent tragedy in which 3 children died.
Some days ago, there was some kids looking in a box thinking it was gifts from Coalition, and it was a grenade. It blew up, and 3 of the kids were killed in this village.
Well, when you meet the people, absolutely beautiful people.
Tuba? Tuba.
Merci.
Would it be too much of a disturbance to hand some of these babies out in the classroom? If that'd be a problem, we just leave it. If not, I would go in the classroom for a minute. There we go.
The teacher's getting mad, I think.
Anab, Anab. Butterfly. Who else didn't get one so far? Oh, they did the teacher in the head. He's going to be upset. This teacher's too happy
The love-hate relationship with the Iraqis, I feel like they want us here, but they don't want us here.
There we go. It's okay.
They know if we pull out this time, it's probably going to unravel to chaos. On the other hand, they resent that we're occupying their land and causing them duress that they wouldn't normally have.
I'm optimistic that the younger generation can cherish the ideals of democracy and freedom like we have. We can adhere to a separation of politics and religion. And if we have differences, instead of killing one another, to work it out through a democratic process. I believe that can happen. I just think it's going to be a very protracted task. Then it's not going to happen in a few years.
But winning over the local population is made nearly impossible when innocent civilians are killed, even by accident. The Wolfhound's mission to root out insurgents puts them constantly in situations that can end in firefights and innocent deaths. At the small combat outpost in Hawija, the commander has decided to confine his soldiers to base during daylight hours to minimize the risk of civilian casualties. But his strategy is taking its toll on the troops. In his weekly visits there, Chaplain Popov feels the tension.
Conditions are pretty primitive. You have,
For instance, in here,
this is where we're staying.
no showers, no hot food, no coffee pot, oh my Lord.
I was brushing my teeth like right there, and a couple of the soldiers warned me that you can be shot because there's snipers. You don't want a chaplain killed because it's like, like God just got sniped or something.
You join the infantry thinking we're going to go get the bad guys all the time, and every time you get shot at, you want to react to it. Very, very frustrating. We got to sit tight.
They get pop shots maybe once or twice a day. You never know if they're actually at you, or sometimes they're at you. They tried to shoot a piece of pumpkin pie out of my head one time. That was pretty cool.
It's a lot of boredom, dullness, monotony. They're pretty much relegated to their sleeping area and a little burn pit area where they burn garbage.
So you guys feel like you should be able to go out during the day, right?
Enemy contact is highly likely, which a lot of us would like the enemy to identify themselves so we could kill them. But I guess battalion sees it differently. I mean, you get used to just sitting here and getting shot at.
The soldiers are beginning to air their frustrations to their commander.
Sir, why don't we patrol Hawija in the daylight?
Great question. They're trying to get us into the middle of the city so that we can kill innocent civilians. Okay? Cooler heads will prevail. It's been very frustrating, and I know it's been frustrating. Okay? But don't look at it like we're afraid to go down in the middle of the day. No, we're not. If I want to go down there in the middle of the day, we're going to go down there in the middle of the day. But are we worth? Remember, we talked about this before I let anybody go out the wire. What does the terrorist want you to do? He wants you to open up that 50 cal and mow down the whole city street and then say, see, I told you the Americans don't care about you. Guys, not one of you here will win this war for us. But one of you can lose it. One of you can lose it.
The battalion commander is returning to Abassi, the site of the devastating IED attack that killed 5 of his soldiers. He is meeting an officer from the Iraqi army to discuss beefing up security for the road on which his soldiers died.
Well, the primary mission is to build a capable and credible Iraqi army and Iraqi police force so that they are able to accomplish the security for the nation of Iraq. Only in doing that are we going to get the populace out here to believe that we are not occupying, that we are trying to help them.
Inshallah, احنا نشتغل سويا ونتعاون سويا.
We'll work together and cooperate together.
That's good. The challenge that we have right now is that we can continue to police the streets of Iraq and do the job that the Iraqi army and the Iraqi police should be doing. They will, of course, let us do that, and we will be here for my children to come to Iraq. It is a point in time right now where we have to push the Iraqi army and Iraqi police forward and make them do that job